Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for tuning in with me. Today's video is something super casual. I'm in my swing chair that I just installed in my home office slash beauty room. I'm drinking some tea right now. This is a London Fog, which is my newest obsession. It's basically Earl Grey tea, milk, and vanilla. It's the best thing ever. So I just wanted to talk to you guys today about this whole vlogging thing. So I've been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram because I've been very active on there and I've been really working hard to grow my Instagram. So I've been getting a lot of questions on my Instagram about how to grow and how do you edit your pictures and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to make this video to answer any of those questions. So basically with Instagram, my account is not huge. I'm like about to hit 10K soon, hopefully. So I'm still a really small blogger, influencer. Just start anywhere, and you know, your content in the beginning is not going to be the greatest, okay? I'll post pictures of what I was posting like in the very beginning, probably this time last year, what I was posting. It's not the greatest content, mostly with my iPhone, sometimes with my camera that I'm filming with right now. I have a DSLR, it's a Canon T5i, and I was just using the kit lens. It's not the best camera in the world. It's a good camera to start with. So I would recommend it for a starting YouTuber or anyone who's just starting to take video and photo, because it does take decent, I mean, look at this quality, it's decent. It's not the best, it doesn't have like the blurred background that everybody loves, but it's decent, you know? So just start somewhere and be consistent. I think that's the biggest, like the #1 tip I have for anyone who wants to start in the blogging, YouTube, whatever. Be consistent. You need to post constantly. On Instagram, you need to post daily. Every single day, you need to be posting a picture, okay? Not a couple times a week. You're not gonna grow like that, because here's the thing, the more pictures you post, that people will find your page. So post content, post good quality content. The lighting needs to be like really good, otherwise the picture is not gonna come out good. Do not post a crappy quality photo, because people, I mean, especially new people. So in general, you obviously want to keep your current followers happy, your audience. I don't like the word followers, your audience, okay? You want to keep your audience happy. So if you post a crappy quality picture, chances are they're gonna unfollow you and be like, well, what the hell is she thinking? Like, no, that's not cute, unfollow. Really make sure that you're posting good quality pictures. It's quality over quantity, but at the same time, you need to be posting content consistently. So it's like having just a balance overall. Basically, I had a personal account. I would just post pictures of my family, whatever, just whatever I was doing. And I wouldn't put too much thought into having a theme, or I thought having a theme was really hard. I would see like certain Instagrammers that I follow, they have like a really nice theme. I'm like, how do you do that? So I was really new to all of this, and I just decided to turn my personal account into my blogging Instagram. Started to just slowly take nicer pictures, and my thing has always been fashion, so I always post my outfits. So I think you kind of need to think about, once you're starting your Instagram, what it is that you want to talk about. What kind of pictures do you want to post? Just what kind of content do you want to create? There's nothing wrong with having a lifestyle blog. I would consider myself like a lifestyle brand, not even a brand. I can't even call myself a brand yet. But you know, what I'm trying to have eventually is a lifestyle brand. So I want to talk about beauty, fashion, just like tips in general. But it really helps if you kind of get specific on what's your main thing. And then every now and then you can post something a little bit different, but always like relate it back. For example, I just posted a picture of me at Lemonade, and I'll put the picture right here. I liked the frozen strawberry drink that they have. I thought it would look really cute in pictures, so I put on a lemon shirt, and I was like, the way I'm gonna relate it back to, you know, what I usually post about is, because I don't usually post like food content, I decided to relate it back to the outfit. So I have this cute little drink, I meant lemonade, I'm wearing a lemon shirt. So I tied it in like that with a little bit of fashion because my thing is mostly fashion. So I always am posting outfits because that's my thing. I just enjoy putting outfits together and shopping and that sort of thing. So you can post about whatever you want. Just try and keep it consistent and like have a theme. And I'm not just talking about a color theme on your Instagram, which is very important in my opinion. There's travel bloggers, so their thing is traveling. There's food bloggers, there's beauty bloggers. I'm not saying that you have to only talk about fashion or beauty or travel. You can tie everything in together with your caption and then how you take the picture. I'm not gonna post a ton of food recipes, or if I go to some cool restaurants, I'm not only gonna take a picture of the food, because I've done that. I've taken a picture of the food and it doesn't do well. My engagement levels go down. And I'm not saying likes are everything, because they're not, but that tells me that that's not what my audience wants to see. My audience wants to see my outfits. That's why they follow me. People are following you for a specific reason, okay? And if you post outside of that, then that's when you're gonna see your followers are not happy with your content, they're gonna unfollow you, and then you're never gonna grow. Basically know what your audience wants. And you can ask them via stories, you can do polls. I love polls, asking people what they wanna see. For me, it's mostly fashion. Start taking pictures, you're gonna learn. There's a learning curve for taking good quality photos, taking outfit shots. I mean, it's not the most comfortable. I've gotten really comfortable in public. I don't really care anymore. I still get a little shy sometimes, but I just don't care anymore because I've grown, and once you start growing, you gain a confidence. And you look at it like, you know what? This is my job. I think of it as, you know what? I'm getting paid to do this, so screw everyone else. And if they think it's embarrassing or like, oh my god, look at that girl's taking pictures, who cares what they think? You are never gonna see this person ever again, okay? Aim for posting once a day at least. Okay, I know that they say, some people say to post like 2 or 3 times a day. I don't think you should, because I think your overall engagement goes down with each extra photo that you post. I get really irritated when people are posting like 3 times a day. That shit is annoying. Sorry to curse. It's annoying. I unfollow people who will post like 3 times a day. I don't need to see you 3 times a day, okay? I don't need to see a photo. That's like overkill. I think once a day is perfect. If you want to do twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, you can. I don't like that. I just think 1 photo a day is perfect. And then be super active on Instagram stories too. That will bring your engagement up. And I will get to Instagram stories in a second. So in the beginning, when I was, posting my pictures, I wasn't using hashtags. And I think that's a huge mistake. So Instagram, I believe, lets you use 30 hashtags. Use all 30. Okay, but the key with hashtags is to use hashtags that aren't super popular. So any hashtag that has like 2 million posts or more, your post is gonna get lost. It'll never be seen by anyone. Don't bother using those hashtags. So for me, when I was really, really small, I think the sweet spot was like 30,000 posts. Now I think it's a little bit higher. Basically, the way you can test that is like after maybe an hour or 2 of posting your hashtags in your picture, and obviously post your hashtags immediately after you post your picture. And then do some research before you post your hashtags. So have like a list that you'll copy and paste. I'll change up my hashtags a little bit per post, but in general, I'll use some of the same ones. People say not to do that. They say to change your hashtags every single day. I don't do that. My engagement is still really high. I don't think it really makes a difference. So what you should do is, the way I find hashtags is I just think about my target audience, okay? Think about your target audience, post hashtags that you think that they're gonna be searching. What hashtags do you search for when you're looking for inspiration, okay? So if I post a photo of like home decor and it's like boho themed, I would use the hashtag boho decor, something like that. Go through the hashtag and see how many posts there are. And I would use hashtags that have under 1 million. So like what you can do is group them. So use maybe a few hashtags that have 1 million, maybe you'll get lucky, and then just kind of go down scale from there. And then I think the minimum hashtag that I would use would have like 20,000 posts on it at least. I put them in the comments because I don't like it in the caption. I think it looks bad. So I just put it in the comments. I have not had any problems with my pictures not showing up in hashtags. Also for hashtags, if you are posting outfit pictures, for example, when I do an outfit post, I will use the hashtag for the brand. So say if I'm wearing Forever 21 in the picture, I will always use the F21XMe hashtag, and then I'll also just hashtag Forever 21. If I'm doing free people, I'll do like the free people hashtag. If they have a specific hashtag, like on their profile, in their bio, sometimes they'll write hashtag whatever this to be featured on our page. Use the freaking hashtag, okay? Don't ignore that, because if you get featured by a company, like that's just additional exposure. That's amazing. So definitely take advantage of that. Definitely tag your brands also. So if I'm wearing Forever 21, I will tag Forever 21 in the picture. And then if I'm wearing Urban Outfitters, I'll tag Urban Outfitters, whatever. So always tag whatever brand. And same if you're doing makeup posts, tag the makeup that you're wearing, because you might get a feature, and that's huge. Same with location. So if you're at a coffee shop, tag the coffee shop. Even if the coffee shop only has a couple thousand followers, that is a couple thousand people that can see your picture potentially. So definitely always use the tagging function. I always do. Next thing I want to touch on is the location. So anytime you post a picture, always use a location. You could be at home, and the picture could have been at home. Post the location, okay? Obviously, if you're at like a coffee shop or a restaurant or wherever you're at, try and post that exact location. But if not, I just use San Diego, because it just is another way for your photo to potentially be seen by more people. And that's what you want. You just want your photo to get as much exposure as possible. So always use the location. So Instagram stories is huge. If you're not using Instagram stories, you're making a huge mistake. I've noticed that the days where I'm not that active on stories, my pictures don't do as well. Whenever I spend like a full day and I do a bunch of uploads on my stories, I get crazy engagement on my photos. So I don't know if you're more active, that your picture will show up on everyone's feeds or on more people's feeds, or if it's just because people are seeing your profile more and they're more likely to click it. I don't know what it is, but I've noticed, like I said, the days that I post a lot on stories, the picture that I post that day will do a lot better. So make sure you're active on Instagram stories. So a huge tip for Instagram stories is to use the location and to use the hashtags on your stories. There's a way that you can use a bunch of hashtags, like 10 hashtags, and then all you have to do is pinch it and make it really, 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 really small, and then hide it somewhere in the photo, and nobody will ever know that you used all of those hashtags. But there's a chance that it will show up in the actual hashtag. So if you go to search a hashtag, for example, F21XMe, and I tag them in my story, if you click on the stories for that hashtag, your picture might come up there. And again, that's just extra exposure. So definitely use hashtags. I'm kind of lazy at doing that. Usually when I use stories or I upload onto stories, it's just in the moment, so I don't have time to like think about what hashtags I want to use and do all of that. But I know it works because I've done it a few times and my stories get a lot more views. The location, so if I do for example San Diego, a lot of times when I go to the San Diego, the hashtag or the San Diego location and click on their stories, my little video will be there. So again, that's just more exposure for you. So definitely take advantage of those. So a question I get asked a lot is, how do I get such high engagement? Everybody's struggling with the Instagram algorithm, and my engagement is still really high. I mean, I don't have that many followers, but a lot of my pictures will get over 1,000 likes. It's crazy. The way I do that is simply by engaging, okay? I set aside a couple hours a day, sometimes 2 to 3 hours a day, and I engage with other accounts. I engage with my followers, I engage with people that I follow myself. Basically, I'll like their picture and then I'll leave a comment for them, a nice comment. I never ever go onto someone's page and say, hey, check out my Instagram or check out my YouTube, whatever. That's spam and nobody likes that, and if I get comments like that, I'll usually delete them because that's irritating. Like, you don't need to be promoting yourself on someone else's page. All you have to do is write a nice comment for them. And I am a huge believer in your profile picture. I think your profile picture should be something that's really cool that is gonna make people want to click on your page. So find a really cool profile picture, something that's representative of your brand and whatever you talk about on your Instagram. Set that as your profile pic, and a lot of times people will just click on your photo if they think it looks cool. Take a couple hours a day to follow and just like and comment on brand new accounts that you don't already follow. Being nice and social on Instagram will, go a long way for your account. Now, the big question that everyone has, how do you edit your Instagram pictures? I have a warm feed, I have a lot of orangey tones, and I just like the look of it because it's pretty different than like a lot of Instagram accounts that were huge like before. I know like the white theme was huge. A lot of people had the blue theme. I like the orange and warm because it's just different. So that's my theme right now. My pictures do really well. I think a lot of people follow me because they like the way I edit. So try and figure out what works for you. Play around with different color themes. Don't always get stuck in doing the same thing. Try different things and see what works. But right now I'm really loving the warm tones. So I'm gonna stick to it for a little bit. But staying consistent for your feed is important because if you're changing it every picture, it's just not gonna look good. And for me personally, if you don't have a visible theme on Instagram, I'm probably not gonna follow you. And I don't know if everyone's like that, but for me, I really appreciate a theme. And I follow people on Instagram mainly because I wanna get inspo from them. And I just like to look at really pretty pictures. So sometimes I'll just follow someone because they have a pretty feed. So people who are on Instagram, I think, are very visual. So having a beautifully curated feed that's very consistent and on your brand, I think is really important. So take the time to find out an editing style that works for you. I use Lightroom to edit. I used to use VSCO, like a lot of people do, but I just noticed that it would really kill the quality of my pictures for some reason. So I didn't like that. And I don't know, I feel like you can't alter the picture that much on, like play with the tones as much on VSCO as you can in Lightroom. Lightroom lets you do a lot. So what I did was I just created my own presets, okay? So I use Lightroom, I use the desktop version, not the app, but there is an app. And I know that you can like upload presets onto the app, I just haven't done it yet. But I use the desktop version. It's $9.99 a month. I think it's worth the investment because since I started using Lightroom, my account has grown like crazy. So it's worth the investment to me. And then basically you can purchase presets. There are different Instagrammers who have presets you can purchase. Gypsy Lust has one of, I think it's Gypsy Lust. I think that's her Instagram handle, has some beautiful presets. They're not cheap, they're like 80 or 90 bucks, I think. So you can purchase presets like that. Aspen Ovar just came out with her presets that look beautiful. So you can purchase people's presets. They're probably gonna charge quite a bit for it, like upwards of $60, $70 because they created them, So they put a lot of effort and work into making these presets. And so usually they price it up a little bit. So I think it's worth it, okay? If you're serious about your Instagram game, I think it's definitely worth purchasing someone's preset. You can always play with your own and create your own. That's what I did. I created my own because I was like, I'm not paying 80 bucks for a preset. I am thinking about selling my presets though. Eventually, I'm trying to still perfect them And then I think eventually I'm gonna sell them. It's probably not gonna cost 80 bucks because that's kind of expensive to me. But you can, like I said, you can make your own, you can buy presets. I think on Etsy you can even purchase presets, and sometimes photographers will put out a free preset. Also, there are a lot of videos on YouTube of people showing you how they edit their pictures. So do some research, figure it out for yourself. Another way that you can get engagement is by joining engagement groups. There's like DM groups on Instagram, there's outside ones like Telegram, there's groups on Facebook that you can search, and then what you do is you just send your posts in there and everyone will go out and like it, comment on it. I used to do that, but then I stopped, and I did notice that my engagement went way up when I stopped using engagement groups. So personally, I mean, it did help for a while, but it's a lot of work to keep up with them. Some people don't follow the rules, so it can be irritating. But try it out for yourself, see how it works for you. I think it does help the algorithm, and I don't think there's anything wrong with using engagement groups. So by all means, try it out for yourself, see how it works. But personally, I used them for a couple of months, like a while back, and I noticed that my pictures would do like okay, but I wasn't really getting new followers much. So I think it's just important to have a balance of everything to, you know, gain new followers, have high engagement on every single picture. But it does help. If your engagement is really low for some reason, I would recommend using the engagement pods just for a little bit and, you know, see how it goes. You can make a lot of friends. I made a lot of friends in those engagement pods. So that's all the questions that I think, like I mean, a lot of the questions were pretty much the same, like how did you start, that kind of thing. If I think of anything else, I'll pop back in and I'll record that also, but the lighting is getting really bad, so I want to end this video here. But like I said, if there's anything else that I think of, I will film that and add it to this footage. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and as always, if you have any other video requests, just leave them in the comments and I will get to them. Follow me on Instagram, it's just at thatgemruby. Message me if you're from YouTube, so I can give you extra love because I love my little YouTube family. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I love you so much.